Hey everybody, let's talk about milestones today. Milestones are extremely important in the goal setting process. And often what I find is people spend a lot more time focusing on the big goals and not enough time on the milestones that will get you there. So let's say, for example, you want to hit 1 million in revenue and you're at $100,000. Guess what? You've got to hit 200,000, 300,000, half a million. You've got to hit all those, milestone markers before you get to that $1 million revenue. And then the same goes after that. If in order to go from 1 million to 10 million, you still got to get to 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and so on in order to get to that. And so for me, I focus on a lot of little milestones in our business. Right now, I am really focused on getting my connections maxed out on LinkedIn. It's not going to happen overnight. That number is around 30,000, I believe. And here's the deal. I celebrate every 1,000. So every time I hit a new 1,000 mark, I celebrate that. I'm like, hey, guess what? We just hit, 11,000, 12,000, whatever it may be. We just hit this new mark. It's really exciting for me. The same with our podcast. When we first hit 50,000 and 100,000, and now we're about to hit 125,000 downloads. As we hit those things, those are markers for me. The same with revenue in the business as we hit certain revenue thresholds. Those are all little wins for me. There's also the completion of projects. Hey, we're trying to increase revenue by implementing this new program. But when we complete the new program and it's ready for launch, that's a milestone for me. The same with my books. Hey, when I write the first chapter, get the first outline done, those are milestones on the way to completing the task. And so I celebrate those things. And I celebrate them differently. I've talked about that in other videos. There's very simple ways that you can celebrate, whether it's gifts or, for yourself or whatever it may be, your team, or just a recognition of it. And a lot of times it's just the recognition. I'm not going to go buy myself a gift for hitting 12,000 connections on LinkedIn, but I'm going to step back and go, wow, this is awesome. We are that much closer to our goal. I need to celebrate that. I need to step back and say, congratulations, job well done. Keep going. And I'll tell you, that's the other thing about hitting your milestones. It gives you mentally this, a physical, tangible accomplishment that you don't get by just blowing through the milestone on your way to the goal. Because if you're just blowing through the milestone on the way to the goal, sometimes it just wears you out mentally. And mentally, you're like, why am I even doing this? Or whatever it may be. Or man, the accomplishment is so far down the road. This is just really painful and it's hard. And maybe I should quit. Maybe I should back down from my goal. But every time you hit a milestone and you celebrate it, even with just a simple acknowledgement, you can say to yourself, look, we're doing well. We're accomplishing things. We're moving farther down the track. We're getting closer to our goal and our plan and all of that. Keep going. It's just a mental thing that allows you, almost like playing a trick on yourself. It's just a mental accomplishment that allows you to congratulate yourself and just re-energize yourself towards that goal. It's very, very simple to do. You can do it with almost anything you're accomplishing in the business on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And yet, most people ignore it. Most people just stay in the grind. So I want to encourage you to look at things this week that you can set as milestones towards your goals and celebrate them when they're happening. I also want you to look at last week and say, what did we accomplish towards our goals? Is there anything else that we can celebrate? Maybe it's a nice lunch. Maybe it's a dinner out that you go to. Maybe it's just something really, really simple, and that's how you celebrate this milestone that you achieved. So look at celebrating those milestones more than just waiting for the end goal to be achieved. Try that. If you have questions, as always, you know how to reach me. We'll see you next time.